This is InsideInvestmentBanking.com, the place where you can find every secret you need to break into banking. How to traverse the world of investment banking blogs, media, and books. If anyone is in the position to offer you advice on which investment banking blogs and websites to read, it's us. Because as students trying to break into banking, we visited every single banking blog and website on the net. And as bankers now, we can easily distinguish the junk bond quality resources from the AAA-rated blogs, books, and other resources. As with most things on the internet, 90% of the investment banking blogs and websites we read were about as useful as a huffing and puffing Larry Summers coaching you for banking interviews. Too many were either 1. Out of date, 2. Sparse in content, 3. Way too focused on the actual life of an investment banker, for example war stories, which is useless for you guys trying to break in, 4. A collection of poorly written articles, almost stream of consciousness style, or 5. Mere advertising platforms for expensive real-world training seminars. After hundreds of hours of trawling as students, and more recently as site creators ourselves, we managed to make sense of the world of investment banking advice and uncover the real gems. We found the few websites that, like us, are 100% focused on how to break into investment banking and give quality, well-thought-out advice. Perhaps our biggest selection criteria was, is this written by a real banker who has been there, done that, and does it reveal high-quality insider secrets? Something we can verify as insiders ourselves. You may already have heard of the following resources, but we think the real value is in knowing what's not listed. Our favorite investment banking blogs and sites. Mergers and Inquisitions. Mergers and Inquisitions is an investment banking blog written by a former banker named Brian. And put simply, it freaking rocks. If you haven't heard of it by now, you ought to slap yourself across the face and start getting serious about breaking into investment banking. Brian spent the last couple of years writing about everything IB related, from why you need to watch Mad Men to break into banking, to teaching you exactly what this whole banking racket is all about. He's also interviewed many bankers around the world in order to bring a more balanced perspective to it all. But perhaps what makes M&I really stand out is the comments function at the bottom of each blog post. Brian will actually answer your individual questions, which is a very generous thing if you count the cost of banker time and comparative IB coaching services out there. Under his products brand, Breaking into Wall Street, you can find a superb technical interview questions guide. And if you're that way inclined, financial modeling courses. Wall Street Oasis. Wall Street Oasis is worth a look when you're trying to hunt down an answer to a specific question. Thanks to the thousands of searchable forum threads, WSO literally has every long-tail question about investment banking you can think of. And if your specific question isn't there, you can ask it and start receiving responses within just hours, such as the high level of activity in this banana-driven community. Just heed our advice and don't get lost down the rabbit hole. I.e., don't get caught up reading endless forum threads on topics that don't relate to investment banking recruiting. Equally, avoid overindulging in WSO's endless investment banking blog posts that don't relate to resumes, interviews, or other pure recruiting skills. You see, although these posts are interesting and often entertaining, there's just no time for financial gossip of the day when you're trying to land the toughest grad job on earth. BankonBanking. BankonBanking is another solid investment banking blog, which once again is written by an insider and is up to date. Like with M&I, you can get lost in the articles because there's so many. iBanker, the site's author, has a great approach to writing advice, as the posts are very personal and honest. The thing we love most about iBanker, though, is their unwavering focus on investment banking recruiting. I.e., like with us, iBanker only talks about topics that will actually help you get a job in banking. No BSing about banker life and all that other doodah. If you are looking for an investment banking resume review service or even a mock interview service, then you might want to consider BankonBanking for that. The service is one-on-one with iBanker, super tailor-made for your personal circumstances. 80-20 focused on the big issues, and in our opinion, it's a good value when you consider the opportunity cost. A banker has about 10 spare hours a week. But with that said, only consider such professional services if you are cashed up and crazy motivated. This has been another InsideInvestmentBanking.com presentation.